Yes, I definitely have a love-hate relationship with Facebook. I am a research scientist that specializes in social media, but today I really wanted to convey my message to you as a personal story. My distress began a number of years ago. I was giving a talk about online identity, and I wanted to show a screenshot of my Facebook profile. But I felt a little strange exposing or communicating who I was in a relationship with at work, and so I went and I removed my relationship status. Facebook proceeds to send a message to all 700 my friends, colleagues, and coworkers. I'm no longer in a relationship. I really appreciated the sympathy I received, but I thought, wow, Facebook just doesn't get it. Now, my problem largely arises from the fact that I very actively live in two different life modes. On the one hand, I'm a very serious, studious, analytical person as a researcher. On the other hand, I am an artist. I like to party. I like to do large-scale collaborative projects with my amazing community of creative friends. Yes, I am talking about the Black Rock City here, otherwise known as Burning Man. Burning Man, for those of you who don't know, has some potentially quite stigmatizing stereotypes associated with it. It's a bunch of drug-induced, polyamorous hippies partying in the desert. I promise I'm only there for the art, which is very amazing. Seriously. Do my colleagues need to see just how much fun I'm having? This picture, I promise, is not as bad as it looks, but I want you to feel my pain. This, bleeds from one context to the other. When your different areas of life become merged in social media like this, it's called context collapse. Context collapse can quite meaningfully negatively impact your well-being. What makes you effective and respected in one area of your life is not what makes you effective and respected in another area. And the stress or loss of optimal functioning you might experience as these roles collide is called role strain, and it is very real. Don't get me wrong, I love Facebook. I love connecting to every person I know or have ever met. And I have tried to use their tools to manage my sharing effectively, but they're actually quite difficult. They're very cumbersome, and you become complacent and overshare. This is my dog, Maddie, when she got attacked by a pit bull. I was very mad, and I wanted the pit bull owner, who was a friend of a friend in Facebook, to know about the severity of this attack. I was actually on the way to a conference at the time with some really well-respected colleagues of mine, and I had to miss the conference. But they found out about this incident and gave me the award for the best reason to miss a conference ever. And I have to admit, I felt very exposed by that. The Facebook leadership would argue that, in fact, you should be able to have one identity that's transparent for all. And in fact, there's something wrong with you if you can't. This strikes me as the kind of attitude you might develop as a privileged white male working in a high-demand industry where you don't need to worry about losing your job. Take, for example, someone who's gay, who's working in a socially conservative bank. Is he lacking integrity if he doesn't want to share or have those worlds collide? I also think as an artist that sometimes it's important to have those siloed, isolated areas to really feel free to be as creative and self-expressive as you want. Actually, Burning Man's a good example of that. It is socially isolated from mainstream society, and because of that, it's one of the most creative environments you'll ever experience. When social media merges your worlds, basically you are impelled to only say things that are safe for everyone to see, and really that's pretty vanilla. I'm not arguing for privacy tools here. Privacy tools imply a spigot where you sort of control how much information flows. I'm arguing for boundary management. I want to share excessively, but I just want to share with the right people at the right time. So I actually thought what you do in email is you actually go in and you create another account. I'll try that with Facebook. Facebook does not appreciate this. They sent me this reasonably unpleasant letter saying that that violates their terms of service, one account per person. Turns out a lot of people have tried this. They've tried to create multiple accounts. It's about 5% of the people, they estimate, have these duplicate accounts. So what I would like to suggest to Facebook, that in addition to creating better boundary management tools, they also make it okay to have more than one account in their terms of service. It's a part of a new strategy for really respecting people's boundaries and recognize that it's up to the users to really decide how to best segment their lives.